It's Saturday the 18th of July. I'm back in the East Dunes of the Hague in the Netherlands. I'm just going out for a slow long run today because it is mighty hot and very, very dry. Wind has dropped right down compared to the last couple of weeks, so there's not even any cooling relief from that now. Very bright sun, which of course will always warm you up another 5 degrees or so. So as I said, this is going to be a slow run, keep the heart rate low, practice slow running in the heat, because you really never know the hours of marathon that I'm training for at the moment in the middle of August, about 4 weeks away. It's in the south of England in the middle of August. It could either pour with rain and be quite cool, or it could be blindingly hot like it was last year and into the 30s, 30 Celsius. So having different tactics that you can adjust to according to the conditions is always a good way to go. So here we go into the East Dunes, just come over the first hill and heading towards Meijendel now. I'm 6k in to the run now, and this is the first kind of shade I've had, and it's noticeably different when you're running under here compared with the open ground. As I mentioned before, it's so hot and dry today, and with the sun coming down, I tried to set off a bit earlier today than I normally would, but even so I probably could have done with setting off even earlier to really make it cool. But as I mentioned before, it's all good practice for any conditions I might face in an actual event when I can't pick the timer. So just coming around the Meijendel park area right in the middle of the East Dunes, and I'm going to head back to the entrance of the East Dunes towards Scheveningen, and then I'll do a mini loop there and come back this same route, so effectively do a figure of 8 type route, do a 10k loop in both directions. So that's the plan, so we'll see how we do. Just weaving my way through this little section of woods, and then I've got about 2k to do before I hit the first loop, first big loop. As I say, I'll turn around and come back and do the loop in reverse. The sun's still pretty bright, but a little getting for kind of wispy cloud covering, so every so often it gets a little bit easier to run in the heat when you're out in the open. Trails are very hard. I've actually worn my trail shoes, my Hoka Speed Goats, but really in truth don't think I needed them. Could have run in my ordinary shoes. When the conditions are like this, there's just no lack of grip, or it's loose sand and dirt anyway. That was the last climb of the day, down the other side now, so I've got about 2.5k to go now. It's the side pace today, so that will be just over the half marathon mark, be about 21.5 kilometres by the time I finish. So taking it nice and easy today. Very bright sunshine, very hot. Actually the wind started to build up a bit now against me, which is actually quite nice and refreshing, even if it does slow me down. But I've kept my heart rate in the mid 130s. Normally heart rate zone 3 run for me would be up to about 148. I'm trying to keep it a lot lower than that given the heat today, just to give it practice one problem I do find with going slowly is I find it very difficult to pick up the pace. So once you've got into that rhythm, it's all right going slowly, but trying to quicken it back up again is I find particularly difficult. Anyway, it's been good to get out, and it's been a good run, if exhausting. I've got another big run to fit in the next 4 weeks before the Alza Marathon, so I'll decide whether that's next week or the weekend after, and then I do a wind down, do a taper, so that I'm only running short distances leading up to the marathon, so you saved your kind of maximum effort for that marathon itself. That's 19k up, so as I say, only a couple more kilometres to go and it'll be done. Cyclists, it's gone a bit balmy here now. It's a bit like Piccadilly Circus up and down this hill as people get out of the city, and the further you go along, the less crowded the beaches are going to be, so you cyclists far towards Wassenaar and beyond as you can. There we go. Anyway, it's been good to be out and looking forward to the marathon next month.